Welcome to the Smart Weight Loss Coaching Podcast. I'm Dr. Lisa Oldson, a board-certified weight loss medicine specialist and certified life coach. In this podcast, I'll share fresh insights and effective techniques for incorporating mindset, habit change, and proven science into your life. Are you ready to achieve sustainable weight loss, wellness, and longevity? Then let's jump in and lose weight the smart way. Sitting in the dentist's chair on Thursday, I overheard someone down the hall telling her hygienist, "I'm trying to lose weight. I'm exercising like crazy and it's just not working." It made me think about the hundreds of times I've heard some version of this. It's really hard not to jump in and share the research about exercise and weight loss, but I have a feeling neither my hygienist nor hers would have appreciated my enthusiasm for dispelling myths about losing weight through exercise. If you're worried that your sedentary job or lack of consistent exercise are making weight loss impossible, this is your episode. We're going to talk about a fascinating new study that was published last week by researchers from Duke University, along with a collaborative team of researchers from across the globe. The goal of this study was to elucidate how energy expenditure, meaning how many calories we burn, impacts our weight across the economic spectrum. Let me first mention that the term energy is often used in research papers when we're talking about calories, because calories are a unit of energy. So when I say energy expenditure, I'm talking about how many calories we burn up. Total energy expenditure refers to the amount of energy or amount of calories we burn at rest, plus the amount of energy or calories we burn during digestion and absorption, along with our activities of daily living, plus any deliberate exercise we get. So just remember that energy and calories are interchangeable in today's conversation. We've long observed that economic development is associated with weight gain and the chronic progressive disease of obesity. And many people have hypothesized that this relates not only to our food supply, but also to our more sedentary existence. It seems logical that if you're a farmer, a sheep herder, or living in a hunter-gatherer society, you'd be moving your body much more. And that's why those folks tend to have a lower percentage of body fat and weight. In other words, move your body more in your daily life, and you'll be protected from weight gain. Or maybe not. In this global study of over 4,200 adults, it was discovered that total energy expenditure, or calorie burn, contributed no more than 10% to the risk of obesity across economically diverse populations. This study may have finally put to rest the debate about how much of our collective weight gain as a society is due to lack of movement and how much is due to diet or other factors. What else might account for the vast differences in weight and body fat percentage noticed in different populations? There may be immune and gut microbiome issues at play. Stress or sleep issues might contribute. It might be the drop in fiber and the increase in saturated versus unsaturated fat seen in the standard American diet, sometimes referred to as the SAD diet. The authors of the study show that increased calorie intake is the primary factor causing weight gain with economic development. Here's a quote from the paper. Our analyses suggest that increased energy intake has been roughly 10 times more important than declining total energy expenditure in driving the modern obesity crisis. This reinforces what I see every day in my practice, which I can summarize like this. You can't out-exercise a diet that includes ultra-processed foods or hidden ultra-processed ingredients. I'm not only talking about pizza and donuts, I'm also talking about ultra-processed foods disguised as healthy foods. I find them all the time by relentlessly reading ingredient lists. Ice cream with added protein bars, frozen healthy choice meals, Skinny Pop popcorn, baked chips, granola cereals, and oatmeals flavored with natural flavors or sweeteners, breads from the grocery store that are brown in color, but only dyed that way to disguise the fact that the enriched flour had to be enriched with vitamins after they stripped out the healthy parts of the wheat. Even chicken stock is often ultra-processed these days when it's made with organic chicken flavor. Something I recently found on the ingredient list of a chicken stock at a grocery store known for its healthy organic food choices. Chicken flavor doesn't come from chicken, smarties. It's made in a lab where chemicals are manipulated to create chicken flavor, smoky flavors, and any variety of beef or savory or sweet flavors that you might desire. Before we return to the study comparing the daily calorie burn for people from 42 different cultures, let's pause for a quick word from our sponsor. Just kidding, it's still me, Dr. Lisa Oldson, physician and founder of Smart Weight Loss Coaching. If you've been considering the role of weight loss medications in your weight loss journey, you need a smart medical team with the experience to help. For those of you living in Illinois, I hope you'll consider working with us. We've just brought on a fantastic physician assistant with over 20 years of experience, and she's taking new clients. Reach out to us at team@smartweightlosscoaching.com to make an appointment or to learn more. And we're back. Let's look a little closer at the findings from the study on 42 different cultures that span various economic backgrounds. It turns out that the total daily energy or calorie expenditure of the 4,200 plus participants was quite similar. How is that possible if you compare people who are often sitting at a computer or driving for a living to people who are herding goats or surviving as hunter-gatherers? There's a new theory proposed by one of the study authors, Herman Poncer from Duke University. His theory is called the Constrained Total Energy Expenditure Model. Don't let that mouthful deter you. I'll break it down. You already know that our total energy expenditure is the total number of calories that we burn in a day, both at rest and when we move, when we digest our food, and so on. The only word that requires a bit more explanation in this model is the term constrained. In this sense, constrained means limited or restricted. So the constrained total energy expenditure model simply means there's a limited amount of calories that we're going to burn, no matter what we do. Our brains and our bodies tightly regulate that number so that we're going to burn a similar amount whether we're regularly sitting at a desk, chasing water buffalo, or herding sheep. If we're burning extra calories by doing something very active, like hunting on foot, our brain will turn off some non-essential calorie burning to compensate for that. This model finally gives a name to what we've known in my field for decades. The calories in versus calories out approach falls short when we try to lose weight by burning more calories. You can exercise all you want. I'll never try to talk anyone out of that because it's excellent for our physical, cognitive, and mental health. But don't be fooled into thinking that exercise is an effective weight loss tool. It really isn't. This might be good news for those of you who don't like to exercise or can't imagine that you could exercise. Convincing people to exercise more will not substantially change the increase in weight that we've collectively experienced over the past 50 years. And for those of you in healthcare, please stop asking your patients to simply eat less and move more. Those things are both important, but for weight loss, I'd suggest eating differently as well as eating less, and also finding balance with movement, stress management, sleep, and social connections. Researchers did a sub-analysis of some of the groups from both the highly developed and the less developed countries. They found a strong correlation between the percentage of the diet that consists of ultra-processed foods and higher body fat percentages. These hyper-palatable, energy-dense, ultra-processed foods confuse our fullness or satiety cues and lead to overeating. In fact, it's fair to say that ultra-processed foods make us hungrier. Another interesting fact about these foods is that we absorb, rather than excrete, a larger amount of the calories from these foods than from other whole foods like apples or broccoli. In case you're wondering what constitutes an ultra-processed food, the study's authors define these foods as industrial formulations with 5 or more ingredients. If you'd like to have a better understanding of how you can identify ultra-processed foods, please go to my website at smartweightlosscoaching.com. And at the top of the page, you'll see a button to click to download our free PDF with a list of ultra-processed or Nova-4 ingredients. Keep in mind that the study we just discussed doesn't tell us not to prioritize exercise. It simply invites us to recognize that exercise is an action for your health, much more than for your weight. So thinking back to that woman that I heard talking at the dentist's office, if I could send her a message here, it would be to keep up the strong work in the exercise department because it will help her live longer, healthier. But for weight loss, her best bet is to start reading ingredient labels and swapping out foods that contain ultra-processed ingredients. As for you, it's NBA time. Time to choose your next best action for today. If you're not reading the ingredient label on every single thing you buy, may I offer an MBA idea for you? Grab the free PDF from our website at smartweightlosscoaching.com and bring it with you to the grocery store, along with your reusable shopping bags and your determination to make some healthy swaps. You've got this. Thanks so much for listening. If you'd like more support during your smart weight loss journey, check out our group coaching program at smartweightlosscoaching.com. Until next time, stay well and stay smart.